Plenty of new worlds to explore and characters to jump into are coming this year and the next. Here's our list of the top 25 upcoming RPGs. Oninaki. We were already drooling over this game and we'll drool about it a little bit more. If you haven't heard, the reason this game looks so good is 1. It's a Square Enix RPG, and 2. It's under the direction of Takashi Tokita of Chrono Trigger fame. Play as the Watcher and use the powers of the Lost Souls to aid you in your rescue missions. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on August 22nd.
Light.
Rune 2. What's in a name? From Rune to Rune Ragnarok, we finally come to Rune 2. What's certain is that we're getting a new title from the Rune universe under Human Head Studios. The fact that it's an Epic Game Store exclusive might be a little annoying to some fans though. But co-founder Chris Reinhardt does offer some ease in their continued updates. Comparing the new trailers to their pre-alpha, the Viking adventures are definitely getting better. We'll just have to sit back till its release sometime this summer.
Tear Freddy! Ahoy!
GreedFall. We're getting a new single-player RPG experience from Sony, this time under the care of Spider Studio.
I saw many images. They were so real.
Answer your own questions.
I'm de Sade, and I would like to negotiate her liberation.
They don't exactly have the best repertoire, and it kind of shows in the trailers.
Find me.
Well, who are you?
Your heart is the heart of a Renaigse.
The graphics and lip sync don't really compare to the high-tech realism of most modern titles.
Evils upon the peoples that live there.
Where hope lies though is in the game's 17th century fantasy narrative.
One of our frontier posts has just suffered a brutal attack.
Do you renounce your gods?
It's coming out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on September 10. Children of Morta. Indie games are at it again with their emotional attachment to its characters, story, and music.
Not all in these caves are refugees. Some may just be traveling merchants stuck in a bind.
Stand up against the evil corruption and defend the mountain Morta from its doom. Mainly focused on a single family, control various characters with unique and inherited abilities depending on their personalities. It's taking the family tree concept to its literal sense. It just had its demo released and players are enjoying the game's visuals and combat. Coming this 3rd of September on the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
So this is your world.
Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch Remastered.
It's my mom. I have to save her.
One of the best looking titles in 2011 is finally getting a remastered version for the modern consoles and PC. This Studio Ghibli crafted adventure is oozing with beautiful art, a fantastic story, and engaging combat. Players who didn't have a PS3 back then can finally experience this classic in better quality.
This is the child who will save the world.
It's coming out this September 20. The Surge 2. Futuristic sci-fi action is what you get in this improved sequel Deck 13's violent high-tech RPG. While the first game suffered from mixed reviews, the sequel turns it up a notch with a more ambitious setting and gameplay upgrades. Coming this 24th of September on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Here are your orders. Survive, no matter what it takes.
The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3. Trails of Cold Steel 2 just released, and already we can all rest assured that the third installment is on its way. In it, you'll play as Rean Schwarzer and fulfill his role as a new military professor.
Not just as a class, but as comrades.
Trails of Cold Steel 3 will continue a year and a half after the second game, and this chapter will put more focus on speeding battles and making it a seamless experience on the whole. The X-Seed localization might raise some eyebrows, but what's important is it's coming to North America as a PS4 exclusive this September 24.
Pretty thick.
Code Vein.
Damn it.
It's been 2 years since it's been announced, and their Souls-like direction has only gotten clearer and clearer. Their latest video showcases the power of the sword, a fancy item which you can use to chop down all the game's gnarly-looking demons. Code Vein is bringing Dark Souls action RPG to its true Japanese aesthetics, and we're gonna see it live when it comes out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on September 27.
Everything we have, everything we are, we owe to them.
The Outer Worlds. When it comes to RPGs, everybody knows Obsidian Entertainment. The fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree of their previous achievements. Outer Worlds channels Terry Gilliam in a story of corporate dystopia. On paper, it's all we ever expected, with witty branching dialogue, wacky weapons, and a lot of role-playing choices. Coming to the Epic Store, the PS4, and Xbox One this October 25. Pokemon Sword and Shield. The first core Pokemon game for the Switch. It's a thing we are all excited for. However, with recent developments like not getting to complete the Pokédex, there's been some disappointments there too. On the whole, Sword and Shield is still a promising title. Not only are you getting new starters, you're also getting a whole new set of Pokemon. With Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing, the scale is just getting bigger and bigger. It's releasing soon on November 15.
Here we stand, defending the walls of civilization. The strongest, the bravest, the best.
Torchlight Frontiers. Relive the glory days of your 8-year-old self in this rekindled flame of the Torchlight experience. Frontiers finally embraces the game's well-sought-out online mechanic. We can finally team up with our friends and other players in a shared, vibrant world. With all new classes to choose from and a huge map to discover, it feels like 2009 all over again. Coming sometime this year on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. A surprise for everyone last E3, but the world is always a little happier with more Final Fantasy. This might be Square Enix's way of filling our lives until the very anticipated Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we'll take it. It's just a simple remaster, but it means you get to experience the turn-based action and adventure of Squall and his friends with new eyes. It already has its ESRB rating, so it'll probably arrive on your PCs and consoles sometime very soon. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. When we say classic RPGs, in a way, you can't get as classic as Vampire the Masquerade. Well, cult classic, at least. Far from its pen and paper origins, it's also, we hope, farther away from their 2004 digital debut. Aside from the clunky facial animations, everyone's pretty happy about it. Continue your vampire adventures in 21st century Seattle and navigate earthly afterlife with their many dialogues and interactions when it comes out first quarter of 2020. Trials of Mana. From not ever getting a Western localization, the fans of Mana are getting spoiled with a fancy makeover. So not only did we get the original version of the third Seiken Densetsu entry in the June collection of Mana, we're also going to be treated to an improved remake. The feedback to the trailer is positive so far, and we can't wait for its early 2020 release on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. We first knew this game as Dragon Ball Project Z. Officially called Kakarot, Bandai Namco makes sure you know that the highlight is going to be Goku and his arc in the Dragon Ball Z series. Being the most popular arc, you've probably seen and played their moments more than once already. Hopefully, with the revitalized visuals and improved action RPG gameplay, it'll be worth revisiting the Dragon Ball quest once more. It's coming out in PC, PS4, and Xbox One early next year. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Remakes and Japan work well together. The next step of Square's most celebrated Final Fantasy entry is nearing its release, and its list of new content is fueling our hype. Exchanging turn-based gameplay for its slick hack-and-slash combat, control Cloud and the rest of the Final Fantasy gang, and liberate Midgar from the corrupt Shinra. Magic, huge swords, lovely ladies, and memorable characters. This remake is bound to get more beautiful once it comes out on PS4 on March 3 next year.
Got it. All right.
Cyberpunk 2077. The hype becomes more palpable in each passing day as CD Projekt Red continues to tease us with new info about their ambitious RPG title. 2077 has everything. That includes Keanu Reeves.
We have a city to burn.
Flying cars, neon lights, and evil corporations slowly taking over the world. Staying true to its tabletop roots, make your own character and choose your own adventure as you hustle and bustle your way in this brutal technopathic society in stylish first-person combat. We still have a city to burn, so brace yourselves once the game comes out this April 16, 2020 for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Griftlands. Clay Entertainment is moving on from their gothic undertones into a science fiction card game. Griftlands combines two headache-inducing genres, roguelike and strategy, in one package. Negotiate your way through a broken extraterrestrial world by crafting your own deck. Just like Slay the Spire, every level gets increasingly difficult, and maybe, just maybe, your patience is getting thin. This is a fresh title from Clay, and for any fans of the strategy genre, this is something you should look forward to. Coming this June 2020 on the PC.
A nibble here and there. In fact, I'm still hungry. Hardheads, it's dinner time!
Wasteland 3.
Donkey's age. Welcome to beautiful Colorado.
Home to the Purple Mountains Master G of the Rockies. Hike through colorful canyons. Get up close and personal with a wild and woolly wild.
The icy hell of post-apocalyptic Colorado isn't as friendly as it was before in this much-awaited installment to the Wasteland series.
Visit Colorado Springs.
The party-based RPG is stepping up their game with asynchronous multiplayer, solid single-player experience, and strategic turn-based gameplay.
Don't forget to pick yourself up a nifty souvenir.
That means whether you want a friend or not, you still get to taste the horrors and atmosphere of this frozen wasteland. Still in development, the game is slated for a 2020 release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Digimon Survive. Digimon are still alive and relevant in the year 2020. Bandai Namco really knows their player base well enough to offer a more mature story with impactful decision-making moments. Sticking to their Digivolution mechanic, your choices throughout the story will greatly affect your Digimon's growth. It was supposed to come out this July, but it was later delayed to 2020. It's coming to the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Persona 5 The Royale.
People cheering before. It's like a total
The enhanced version of the PS4's most beloved JRPG title is back for more good music and heart stealing.
And granting people's wishes as you see fit.
No, it's not a battle royale game. The Royale is no longer a re-release. It's a standalone expansion for Persona 5.
I would think you'd want to steer clear of situations like this. So you're out like the trash if you don't show results.
Giving you access to new storylines, confidence, and even a new playable character to date and maybe fool around with. It's still the same Persona 5 with the same story and ending, but with added depth to some of its missing points from the original title.
Remember the discussion we just had? There are a number of students in this school you shouldn't get involved with.
It comes out sometime this 2020. Haven. Haven is a co-op adventure where you and a partner go Adam and Eve and survive a harsh new planet. Essentially a game made for two lovers, or maybe friends. It could be played in solo if you're really that lonely.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
This hostile environment has no room for weakness. Go hand in hand with your partner as you stop foes from tearing your love apart. It sounds cheesy on paper, but the game actually does justice to that concept as far as we can tell. It's coming out this 2020. Tales of Arise. It has been a while since we've had a new Tales game set in another world with new characters. Tales of Arise promises to be as ambitious as their last entries. Mixing anime tropes and hardcore combat, Arise does not slow down with their flashy special effects and memorable characters, giving us the right balance of gameplay and story in its divided world. Details are pretty scarce at the moment, but the game comes out sometime this 2020 on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One, so stay tuned. Nioh 2. The game that was supposed to be the Japanese Dark Souls until From Software made their own Japanese Dark Souls called Sekiro. Nioh 2 will be a step up in the right direction. It just had its alpha test recently, showcasing the graphical and gameplay improvements of the game, and let me tell you, it's looking good so far. Of course, the game is still tough and it feels like you just want to throw the controller hoping to kill the boss that owned you 10 times already. There's no way they are nerfing difficulty. No release date yet, unfortunately. Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. Okay, we've already been waiting more than 7 years, so what's a bit more, right? Joking aside, getting an actual release date for this game that's seemingly been in development for literally forever is still unlikely. But last March, we did get news of a coming closed beta for the multiplayer aspect of this long-awaited RPG. So it does look like things are happening here. We'll just have to see where this very small lead takes us. We are patiently waiting with you.